Let me say that the issue of conflicting or inconsistent judgments is a source of worry to every person. And allegations against judicial officers are taken seriously. And the NJC puts them through a process of investigation and a hearing to determine their culpability or otherwise, and met out appropriate punishments. Now, the disciplinary process in the legal profession has that for judicial officers, which is handled by the NJC and the Freedom, for all judicial officers. And for lawyers, it is the Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee. And that process is not self-executing. It needs petition by people like you, who may feel that lawyer A has done A or B. And if you write such petition, the LPDC takes it seriously and investigates it. And when there's a prima facie case found against the lawyer, he goes through hearing. It may well be that NJC hearings and the outcome of their hearings get more publicity than that before the LPDC. But I assure you, the LPDC entertains disciplinary cases against more disciplinary cases against lawyers than NJC entertains against judges. So don't go thinking that lawyers can behave anyhow and go. Indeed, one of the bedrocks of the profession is his ability to discipline his errant members, and we take it serious because the public will not regard us much if we don't show capacity to weed out bad eggs amongst us, to show that their complaints will be entertained, looked into, and appropriate steps taken. But then again, a judge writing conflicting judgment has nothing to do with a lawyer. But a lawyer bringing a case which has no business in court, or maybe trying to corrupt a judge, is a different thing. And a judge, while a lawyer cannot be held responsible for the quality of judgment written by a judge, a lawyer may be held responsible for the type of action he brings to court, or what he does or fails to do to get a favorable judgment. So we can't be held responsible for a conflicting judgment. But if a lawyer has done something untoward in instituting an action or in procuring judgment, if I may use that word, like attempting to give bribe or actually giving bribe or inducing the judge one way or the other or sending people to influence it, the lawyer may be held responsible. So the simple answer is that the disciplinary process in the legal profession works against both judges, judicial officers, and lawyers, and we take it very seriously because we must maintain the nobility of the profession by ensuring that those who have no business being there are properly punished. Thank you. The NJC, and I know that the judge you said is a senior judge, has written a petition to the NJC on the issue of proper ranking, and that matter has been entertained. I think it would be wrong for me to delve into it or talk about it. So, and that petition was also copied to me in my official position, capacity as NBA president. So, permit me not to delve into that matter. And that petition had earlier on been written to NJC 2 years ago, and I don't know the outcome of it. So, I think it would be improper for me to delve into the matter at this time. Let's await what the NJC says about that. It's either you didn't get a public reaction to the EFCC chairman, or maybe the publicity did not get as wide as it should. We do not think that it would be right for any person, whether EFCC chairman or any person for that matter, to tar all lawyers with the bribe of being involved in money laundering. And we issued a statement, and we challenged the EFCC chairman to come up with empirical evidence, and that if he cannot, never to make such statements. And unfortunately, he's one of us, he's a lawyer. We issued a statement, and we drew his attention to the fact that many men and women who make the investigation and prosecution of the cases by EFCC worthwhile are lawyers. Is he also suggested that those lawyers are aiding money laundering and financing of terrorism? It is common in Nigeria for people to make hasty generalization, and yet very few lawyers, to my knowledge, have been prosecuted by the EFCC for aiding money laundering. If, for example, he has evidence of many lawyers who have aided money laundering and who are standing trial or who may have been convicted or who have pleaded guilty, then one could say, well, he has evidence. But it's unfortunate that such statements were made, and I'm sure that with the benefit of hindsight, he wouldn't have made that statement. But the point must be made that all of us must be committed to ensuring that we do not use our professional services to aid money laundering or terrorism financing. But no agency should utilize a public platform to suggest that members of the legal profession, or indeed any profession, are the most guilty members of the public in aiding one crime or the other. In the absence of evidence, such statements should never be made. Those are statements that must be fact-based statements, and in the absence of facts, they should never be made. And we are proud members of the legal profession, and we draw a line in performing our professional duties and in aiding the commission of crime. We don't do that. There may be a few bad eggs, but that does not represent the picture or the majority of lawyers who toil to build up a reputation of integrity, a reputation of professionalism. And an EFCC chairman should not, for whatever reason, soil that image by portraying all of us, me and you, as aiders of money laundering. And we will be against it. And if that happens again, we will take legal action to protect the image of the legal profession.